what equipment is there and what you're doing there. I know we already talked a little bit about it, but what it was and what it is now.
As far as just
what equipment you started with.
Like on the mechanical side?
Okay. Yeah, we'll start there.
Yeah. On mechanical
I still love
side,
everything with hydrocarbons. Were you hand washing before?
Yes, hand washing.
Okay.
And the brootless system.
Okay, and brootless.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So.
Like the brootless up on the skid, like up on the.
Oh yeah. The whole setup.
Yeah, with the stairs and all that.
Yep. Okay. All right.
It was a.
Did you have
a good
just
time
one
for
of them?
some.
Did you have more than one? Like,
We had
what
two
was
of
your-
them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a good
All
little jump into getting back into exercising.
It's so good for you, but it's
Yeah.
a lot. It wears you out.
Yeah. Sure does.
Okay. All right. And then when did you make the leap over to you have Mesclatores now?
Correct.
Okay. And there's more than one?
We have just one.
One. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what was it that you made that leap?
I believe I think like Jose found it on Instagram and spoke with maybe you.
Yeah.
What is that? Burrata? What is that? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
like everybody just like came to an agreement and got the machine.
And then you
over
were
there.
like, I'm freaking sick of washing all of this shit. Right? Is that what happened? Can I have a little bit of this? Thanks. Can I,
yeah,
use
don't
this
get me
plate?
wrong, like
Can I?
That's yours.
Thanks.
hand
Thank
washing
you.
can be fun, but
Yeah, but it's
it's
exhausting.
tiresome.
So, what were you using to press?
At the time, it was just pure pressure.
The like Pike's Peak?
It's the long peak, I believe.
Long
yeah,
peak?
long peak, yeah.
Okay. What was it like for you to go from the brootless to Mesclatore?
Oh, it was like night and day. A bit-
Less work,
Yeah.
less labor intensive?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Could you run more material a day?
I guess that's kind of a tough one.
Okay.
Going from running two vessels
Brootless to one
to one
Mesclatore.
single one, yeah.
Okay. So, but how did you feel at the end of a shift, though? Like you had a lot more life in you?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you still had the tasks of like,
Sure.
Emptying your vessel and refilling it.
And your cleanup
shaking your
and
bag.
everything.
Exactly.
And and I purposely don't know tons and tons about the Mesclatore because I like to see something and now, oh, what is this doing? What is this? Instead of like having an expectation. But I guess I'm curious, like what your difference is or was for the brootless to your bags, like your scooping.
Now, as far as like you're saying yield wise,
No, like what? Well, we'll get to that, but like how you take your bags and rinse your bags. Do you still pour into like the same vessel for?
Yes.
So like the washing is the difference, and then how you scoop out and everything is still the same.
yes.
So what do you use for when you're scooping out, like over like a sink or?
No, we still use a brootless catching vessel.
Yeah, so like something that's stainless or.
Correct. Yeah, and we
Okay.
still have using one of the pumps. So
Do you recycle your water with the Mesclatore?
we don't. I wish we would.
You don't, and you
don't.
wish
I
you
wish
would.
we would.
Why?
I've actually listened to some of the discussions between Charles and Andrew about recycling water.
Yeah, we recycle water. Yeah,
And I've
you're
always,
washing hash down the drain.
Well, I've always known that like RO water is very corrosive. And
Okay.
the way Andrew explained it, how it's like forcing itself into the plant cell, and after a while, like just imagine like a grocery bag and like overstuffing it, and eventually it's gonna break. Like I understand it now. Like you're now bursting that plant cell, and you're catching more of the chlorophyll.
Yeah. Okay.
So
But by recycling the water?
No, by adding.
No, I know, but by recycling the water, well, you don't know because you don't have a reference, right? Just understanding it.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. And also there's just like so many good things in that water, right? Yeah. So that's okay. Lots of terpenes and terpenes gathering the more you wash, right? It's kind of like the same as the freeze dryer, but live.
Yeah.
Where what would that be, like a conglomerate of terpenes, where you're like, okay, now this time, and then at the end.
So you're one of the 3 people that listens to me on Facebook, on YouTube.
YouTube.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's got good information.
Yeah, no, most definitely. I mean, always interviewing the
best.
But
sometimes like way over some people's heads, like you have to really be at least understanding the concept to go, okay, all right, I could see why this would make sense, versus other people just going, what the hell is that guy even talking about?
Yeah, there's
Charles, too smart.
Yeah, people get taught away and they just think like that's the standard without ever trying to like continue their education on it and like try to understand it some more, or break it down in smaller sections and, do it again.
That's why I rebranded Hash Fight right now is Fighting for Higher Standards. It's still Hash Fight, like it's still got my logo guy, it's my little fighters and all of that, but I'm more now on Fighting for Higher Standards, and because that's what we were doing the whole time anyway, but to really have it be, here's the data, and I'm involving the community of where I'm teaming up with experts in everything, because I'm not an expert in, to me, I'm not an expert in anything. So I say I'm a Jane of all trades, right? Like I know how to do that. I know how to do that. I know how to do all the things. But when I can bring an expert with me and then ask questions in a way where we can provide, I'm calling it digestible data, because if we're doing tests, like you can't just show those SC lab tests to anybody. It's got to be people that understand it.
Yeah.
But when we can go, hey, here's what we found, and you make it all fun, then you're educating everybody, because not everybody understands things the way that Andrew understands things or something, like it's a different animal. And so my goal is to have this information of all of these people doing amazing things, because Andrew's like kind of hiding out. Not everybody knows him. He's just like, you're minding your own business over there doing your weird science shit, and I'm like, wait a minute, you're doing what? And there's people that want to know that, or like the equipment that Charles has is really good equipment doing awesome things with all these other like add-ons. Well, how about if you try, we were talking about electrostatic, right? And all of these things, it's bringing technology to everyone. So you can make better hash, and if it's like $3 or $4 a gram, you need to be able to be efficient, right? So if you can
also differentiate too, because that's I think when you're getting down to that $3 to $4 a gram area in territory, just
got to be unique.
You got to have something that's going to give you that extra dollar. What I mean?
Yeah.
That's all I had to say on that.
Oh yeah, no wait, hold on, because I want to ask you more questions. Okay, so you didn't necessarily see an increase in how much you could wash because you went from 2 machines, essentially, or 2 vessels to 1 machine. But was the quality better, or was like the ease of everything else? Like, did you not have any bottlenecks or anything because you could more streamline?
I think the biggest part of it that we benefited from was being able to downsize the workforce in that room and take a couple extra hands and put them off into an area that could, like post-processing.
Yeah, so they could press while one person was,
Yeah.
oh, how many employees were there before and how many are there now?
I think at one time we had 3, 4, 5 people in a washroom on 2 wash vessels.
For sure.
How many
That's
shifts
it.
are you running?
We're running 3.
Okay. 7 days a week or
Not
no
yet.
weekends?
Just Monday through Friday. They're gearing up to do 7 days a week now.
3 shifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's a lot of people.
So yeah, so now how many? So now those same people are now doing post processing. Then you have like 1 or 2 techs per wash or what?
Yeah, so we've got the one machine, but multiple vessels now. So if we're running multiple vessels, we'll have 2 people in there. You know, that way you can have somebody like moving a vessel around while somebody's scooping,
Yeah.
and the other person can be prepping the vessel for the washing in.
Okay.
Then we can have other people on the post-processing side.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, and then that's your mechanical side. And then for hydrocarbon, you're running the beast.
Correct.
1 beast still, but multiple columns.
Multiple columns.
And you were there before, or you're there now? You were there before. Okay. Uh-huh.
I pretty much.
And that's everybody knows each other because you guys all like kind of worked
We've all worked together.
together. That's cool. Okay.
I guess I've worked with everybody here.
I met
Okay.
Matt through Alex.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
I worked with Natura, worked with Andrew at Farm Farms, and I worked with Charles obviously on the equipment stuff.
How many are there multiple brands? Like, do you white label there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. For like a lot of people, or
Yeah, so from my understanding, what their goal is now with these other manufacturing labs not wanting to put up the cost to continue on their licensing, and we're able to produce at such a larger scale, we're going to them and being like, we can now supply you with the product, white labeling it, you know.
do you package and everything there? Or no? It's everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
they got everything there.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I mean, Colorado's that way. It doesn't make sense if somebody already has the infrastructure and the like equipment to run lots of stuff. Why would another person be trying to make their own?
Right.
It doesn't make sense. Like if they've got to grow or whatever, like you're good. You feed this, I feed you. I see that happening with federal legalization. That there's going to be regions of like
100%.
Denver has like their million hemp labs or whatever. Or like Tennessee has a whole bunch of hemp labs that then will be able to do THC processing, and all of the Kentucky people and all of the and there will be like little regions of like these people do edibles. Well, this region of our country is the farmers, and that's how it is with food, right?
100%.
So
yeah, your manufacturing doesn't have to be, you know,
when state lines open up, well, in California is kind of like paving the way for that a little bit, you know.
Somewhat, yeah. So it's like, you know, the interstate bill got passed, or
I mean, that's like a really big deal.
yeah. I mean, we'll see if actually something comes from it.
Right, I know.
But it is. I think it's a
It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
Even if
it's saying,
small.
hey, this
Yeah.
needs to happen. And people are like, I agree with that. That should happen. Okay, well, if somebody's kind of setting that standard of like, hey, that can happen, then maybe all of these other people are gonna, you know,
Yeah.
I think anyway.
Hi everyone, thanks for watching. If you found this video entertaining and you learned something today, please consider supporting us by clicking this button here. Much appreciated.